straight to the markets. Do stay with us. Let's begin with markets now. It's the first trading day for this week, but it's the last trading week of May. Let's bring in Willie Bong now with the details. And I'm seeing green on the screen.
Yes,
quite interesting.
Mostly green. Happy numbers for first trading days, looking good.
Let's make the kids happy.
Yeah, especially last week where we saw that last 3 days of the trading week in the red. We started off well, 2 days green, and then the last 3 days was red, and we ended the week in the red. But we're just hoping that this week, just because of the children, for the love of the children, the market, the investors.
Because if your parents make profit, then it's going to trickle down to the kids.
Of course. So we just hope that this bullish sentiments permeates all through the week, and we don't see any negatives. I don't want to see the reds. Definitely. So I'm going to just kick off with markets in major indices in Africa. We're talking about Nigeria's NGX is in the greens. We see that positive sentiment returning. The markets closed last week in the red, but we see that rebound at intraday 0.25%. So still at 97,000. Hopefully we climb higher to 98. And we're seeing also South Africa's GSE is also in green, 0.06%. But on the flip side, we see Egypt's EGX 30 down nearly 0.5% at intraday. On Kenya's stock markets closed Friday's trading session in negative territory. We see that 0.44% down. Kenya, we see that seesaw movement for Kenya last week, and we hope this week it kicks off well. But let's look at what's driving intraday activities at the NGX. And joining us is Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting. Good afternoon, Ambrose.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Ambrose, the markets is off to a good start. We're just talking to Ladi and, looking at the trend, the sentiment report for last week, we saw very little buy for banking stocks, but the sector appears to be bucking the trend at intraday. What's driving this uptick, knowing that there's been hard hits by all the macroeconomic indices, we are by, the MPR rate hikes? What's driving this uptick? We're seeing Access, GTCO, MPN Holdings, Zenith Bank, UBA, all in the green at intraday. What's up?
Actually, I would say that macroeconomic data is very, very important when it comes to analyzing the market. Investors in our market have seen the latest GDP figure, and also at the same time we have seen the state of our inflation. That is also forming a decision for investors. It's also driving their sentiment. So to calculate, look at the sector that drive the GDP. That's why we saw a decline or a contracting in the GDP for first quarter of 2024. There are some sectors that really did well in terms of performance. And investors looking at those sectors as part of insurance and the financial sector. Also, it's a clue that this morning, I'm not surprised I've seen the fugars are rebounding. We are seeing a buying interest ahead of their half-year result. Not forgetting that this sector, the banks come with entry dividend from the month of August and late July. If that happens, investors see that there's a pullback already in the market, and it's a great opportunity for them to buy low forward and ahead of what entry dividend. And don't forget that in any market, policy has a way of shaping sentiment too. Because we're expecting that these banks are going to do the capitalization, and for that, a lot of the banks are sitting on a solid retained earnings, and if they only want to attract patronage for their right issue or public offer they want to do, you need to reward your existing shareholder. And that's a way that investors see that most of the insiders player in these big banks are accumulating position, knowing that yes, in anywhere in the world, we are looking at the company analysis. We look at what is the insider doing. Is there an insider selling off their position? It sends a red signal. But when we are seeing insider buying in volume, it also send a great signal for investors. Because we know that these banks have a lot of and they are hitting, they are sitting on. I believe that they are have fair results or dividend to go above the 50 kobo that I was saying last year, and that will change the narrative for the market, and that also will drive sentiment for them. I think I'm not surprised at seeing a kind of a reversal. An uptrend for the banking stock. But for me, I would say investors should not just jump in expecting that let's wait and see what happens tomorrow and on Wednesday to give us a yes, it's a real rebound. If not, personally, I believe that towards the end of the month of June or mid-June should be a project for project forward for the expected entry dividend. But let's watch how the market to go. Like I said earlier, corporate earnings, economic macro data is very, very important to analyze market. Apart from using our technical analysis to know the resistance level and the support level, you have to pick your software before applying the technical analysis. what the GDP have received, have a kind of review to investors in terms of sectors that have done well, first quarter. I believe that because in 2023, those sectors that were seen that have performed well, we see that they also the same trend. We saw 2023, we saw the financial sector, contributing to GDP. It started already in 2024. That's why I'm not surprised investors coming back to what that same financial sector, insurance, and the banking sector. Yeah.
Okay, just speaking of, buying up stocks, we do know that these banks that, we're seeing this uptick for are going to come in with the rights issue, especially because of the recapitalization, drive. Do you see this bullish sentiment for banking stocks continuing, or do you see a downtrend as the reason is because we do not know how much these banks be coming out with in the market for when they release the announcement for the rights issue?
No, especially the volatility will continue in that sector because, as you just said, all eyes on what will the right price. And for me, if you really want to hit your target, most of them are coming above what the CBN have put as 500 billion. We're seeing some almost doing 750 billion, some 550 billion, some are coming with 150 billion to add what they have to make it work. It depends on the bank. And for you to achieve that, you must put your right issue, either a little above the market price, or you bring it there, so that it will be at or low, be above the lower the market price, so that you can track patronage. It depends. But one thing that is sure in that industry that most of the major shareholders in that industry are already set to kind of take their right, and that is a boost for the industry. For me, investors doing like this pullback to buy good one, but I believe that this is not enough to say that market are kind of a turnout for or what called bottom out for the banking sector. Must see how tomorrow goes and Wednesday also to provide. So in technical analysis, one move does not give you need confirmation to say fully the trend has been established. This is just because they were seeing a kind of a reversal. I want to see whether that trend will be sustained tomorrow and Wednesday. To say fully, yes, banking sector are back and uptrend.
Okay, so we saw the GDP numbers that came in on Friday, and we did know that the services sector drove, the largest contribution to that, to real GDP. Do you see the stocks that are listed on the stock exchange, companies, in the services sector that are listed on the stock exchange, being bullish, or investors being bullish on them as a result of that report?
Yeah, actually, that every investment is against the future. Seeing that the first 3 months of the year have given insight where we're starting the new financial year for this company, that the service sector have really come back again powerfully as they did in 2023. It's for a wide thinking investor, portfolio rebalancing and sector rotation will continue. It's time to come back to that sector where you see that there's potential for them to do it because price feed on what on earnings. And the company sector is doing well, their numbers are about to be positive, and that is how to invest, and it also support their dividend payout. For me, the investor coming back to insurance, coming back to banking sector, NACO in the efficient service sector, or even despite that, we've seen that the agriculture sector was really not impressive in terms of contribution. But the number that came from that sector in Q1 from the 2 major companies there, even the lower ones, livestock, they are positive numbers. A sign for investors. All eyes are still on what will the oil sector do with all this oil price going up and down, and also the outcome of OPEC meeting coming on the 2nd of June. This also guide investors where to go. But I believe that service sector should be place investors should be right now.
Okay, so it's in celebration of Children's Day. Today is Children's Day. We cannot but talk about it. What stocks should investing parents be looking at, especially now that the market is biting?
No, for me, parents, really almost take their children nearly every journey to whether to go and drink ice cream or to go and do fun fair here. And the fire is good, but I believe that we start teaching our kids how to invest by setting an example. Let's start buying good stuff for these kids at this time, and they know that this stuff we are buying for them. Let them know and what we are doing so that they can buy that culture. Because I tell you, to leave it for only the teachers in school to teach them investment, I think we are not doing to do them good. For not to do them, let's tell them what we are doing as parents. If you are investing, carry your children along, and also this time for you to, as a gift for them, buy them good stuff that will grow with time. Since it's a future thing, also they are growing. Look for good stuff, also that have future in terms of their performance, in terms of their prospect. That is where you put money for them. Good. Go and buy banking stuff. I tell you, banking stuff is a place because whether the economy is in progression or there's a grooming economy, banks will really making money. For me, it's better to watch for kids, really, for those that have a good potential in the banking industry. That's where they should put their money for them.
Okay, so you should put their money in the banking. Is there any other growth stocks that investing parents?
Yeah, before now, talk about those call them good chips in the consumer goods. For now, they are still shaking because of FS is still hitting them. I know that they will be resolved going to the future, but let's stand for the service sector first. Let's start for stock like the NACO, and the Access Bank, GTB, Zenith Bank, for them, because we know that these banks have future and they are come to stay.
Okay, so how do you see the market ending today? Is the first trading day for the week and the last week one for the last week trading week for the month of May? How do you see the market ending today and for the rest of the week?
Yeah, actually, there's another that sell in May and come back in October. And our market had defied that sell in May for almost 5 straight years in Nigeria here. But we're seeing that April have started this pullback, and that May this year has also joined. We're probably going to see a down May for this year. But for this week, we're going to expect a mixed market. Why for today, market will close in the green.
So very much so you're saying that which investors, I saw you saying investors should sell off in May and come back in September.
In October.
In October. So investors right now should be selling. That's the key takeaway here, right?
No. That is the adage in the trading world that sell in May and come back. In Nigeria market are defined for straight 5 years, but we are seeing that this year now, like our market is going in for that. But the month of May has not been so good for investors. Might likely close in red. Why June might take also opinion to start taking ahead of half year result. But I believe that most investors don't understand that this is time to buy into deep, not ready to stay away from the market, because our market most does not go in line with the foreign market because of our popularity here in Nigeria. Must understand that our environment and the trend that will follow here.
Okay, so what's the close for today? I didn't catch that. Is it red or a green from you?
No, market is flowing in the green. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting, for sharing your perspectives. Always good to have you.
Thanks for having me.